Hey, Mauri ora kia tātou. Good morning. I'm on the road again. Decided to go for a big walk from home down through the city, the Pantai Boom, which is the coastal, like Banyuwangi is right on the eastern tip of Java. So it's a beach city, and the beach is on the other side, just on the other side of the central city. So I'm going to go for a big walk, show you a little bit on the way through different parts. It's pretty random. I'm not like planning this walk or like this like a vlog or anything specific, but yeah, just show you a bit around Banyuwangi. Sure. This here is Tamulang, one of our favorite cafes. It's only a 1 minute walk from home. Like I was saying in my previous vlog, it's a really green. I love Banyuwangi. It's so green, you know. There's always room for trees and plants and flowers. Bagi Pak. Hey, I tell you what, anyone who's tried vlogging, walking the streets in Asia, Southeast Asia, is going to say the same thing. It can be pretty treacherous because they don't have footpaths, there's no sidewalk, and the sides of the streets can be treacherous even unto themselves with holes in the floor. There's not even much space, so I'm kind of being cautious filming here. It's just I don't want to get killed on the way doing it, you know. See what I mean? Made it. Saying a moment ago that there's no footpaths in that, but I actually tell a lie. Look at this. It's feast or famine here. There's either nowhere to walk or you've got this beautiful wide footpath. Anyway, just showed a second ago the Catholic church there, and I mentioned in my previous vlog that, you know, of course, Indonesia is an overwhelmingly majority Muslim country, but it's not an Islamic country. It's not an Islamic state of sorts. It's a majority Muslim, but yep, there are communities of Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, and other. Yeah, and that was a local Catholic church. Hey, just walking down this main road. I just saw this off to the side. Pretty cool mural, the sunrise of Java, because like I was saying, we're at the eastern tip of Java, so it's got this phrase, but again, they've got it in English, which is interesting. Most people here can't speak English, but the phrase, the sunrise of Java, you'll find it on t-shirts and posters and tourism sort of things, yeah. It's a big sports stadium here. So yeah, sometimes you try and find a little side street just to have a little nosy, have a little explore, but at the same time, like, get away from the traffic and the noise. And sometimes you get a bit lost doing it, but when you get a little quiet side street like this that's easy to walk on, you take it. That's getting you in the right direction anyway. Actually, I think this might be a shortcut I think I've been here before, I don't really know. I'm just gonna give it a try. Anyway, I'm heading towards the center of town, Alun-Alun, and hopefully this will get me there in a more scenic way. I'm actually watching my step carefully here because there's some rotten boards. It's not that shocking that it wouldn't be maintained that well, but anyway, look at these geese here. It's a long one here. See, holes. Rotten. Gotta be careful. Yeah, it was a neat little shortcut to find actually. I'm going to come back out on the main street just here and go from there. Kalilo Banyuwangi. Coming up to the center of town, Alun-Alun. It's actually closer than I thought. I thought it might be like a good half-hour walk or so. Mind you, it probably has been about that. Yeah, that was an awesome little shortcut to find. Here we go. We're getting up to the center of town. Good old bata. Yeah, bata. Here they say bata. And it's still a pretty decent brand. Like, oh, I don't know how fancy or flash they think of it, but it's certainly synonymous with quality here. And this is the park in the middle of town. Taman Sritanjung is the name. Big masjid across the road, center masjid, biggest one. And yeah, here we are, Alun-Alun. Pagi. I'll take you for a walk around this park. It's beautiful actually. Depending on what time of year and what's growing, different flowers and plants. But it's beautiful to have something like this in the middle of town. I really love Banyuwangi, I've got to tell you. It's green, it's not too big. It's my perfect city in some ways. I love small to medium-sized cities, wherever they may be. It's just, you get all of the cool things of a city and all the, I guess, culture, food, conveniences. You get all of that without all of the massive like traffic and pollution. And well, pollution can be, you know, because in Southeast Asia, big cities are polluted typically. They're getting better though. Even in the time I've been coming to Southeast Asia, it's been improving. But you know, it's still got a ways to go. At least in a small to medium-sized city, you haven't got the population and density and waste to create the problem. But yeah, check this out, it's beautiful. Kitty, 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 kitty. Even nice little spots like this, you know, like little amphitheater type settings. Yeah, and this is pretty much smack bang in the middle of town, you know, like yeah, it's a square basically, and there are buildings around it and some shops and that, and then Banyuwangi just goes out from there. But we're not that far away from the coast. As I was saying before, Banyuwangi is a coastal city. It's on the eastern tip of Java, and I'm going to be walking down there soon too. But yeah, I love coming here. There's not even that many people here. Well, I was saying in my other vlog yesterday that it's pretty quiet, quieter than normal, just with Ramadan. I mean, also people have to go to work and school. It's normal. It's not like a holiday. But you won't get the same level of people just, you know, going everywhere and doing everything they want, because people are just chilling as much as is possible. This place has got some restaurants as well. I'll take you over there and have a look. Yeah, very few people, if any, will be eating anything, so they won't be doing any business. It's pretty early as well. It's about 8 o'clock, just after 8 a.m. here. And being Ramadan, no one's going to eat it. They're not going to be in a rush to open, that's for sure. But also, here in Southeast Asia, I found it very typical that businesses will just open. As far as opening hours, they can be very flexible. If it's in a mall or like an office, you know, an office job, banks and stuff, they go to strict hours just like anywhere. But sort of, what do you call it, mum and pop businesses, you know, family owned businesses, they kind of tend to open whenever they want. But what's the payoff for that is that they'll close late. Like here, it's not uncommon that they won't open till between 9 and 11 a.m. 10, 11 is typical. And then, but they won't close till 10 p.m. No one would dream of shutting at like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. like at home. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I'm just wandering around, to be honest, just to give you a look. Yeah, I thought I'd reflect too on something that I've just been thinking about really the last couple of days only. Is I'd really like to stay here a bit longer. Like, while we live here, we have a little house here, and we come here kind of frequently, semi-frequently. I've never stayed for more than a few weeks at a time, you know. And it's hard to shake that feeling of just being a tourist. I mean, you got the cultural, I'm a tourist, I'm a bule, which is a foreigner, anyway, so there's language and cultural differences anyway. But when you only come in sort of sporadically, it's difficult to get that feeling of home. You know, it's not like I'm gonna ever make out I'm a local or anything, but you know, it is our home away from home, or our second home, third home, depending on how you count it. And it would be nice to spend a bit of time. I'd really love to work on my Indonesian language, and here in Banyuwangi and East Java, like, you know, Bahasa Indonesia is sufficient. I mean, I'll be stoked actually just to be good at that. But if I was here longer, I'd be able to pick up some local vocab, Osing language, and be able to, and Javanese, because they speak Javanese and Osing and Indonesian. And if they're people from Madura or Bali or whatever, they'll speak those languages. But Bahasa Indonesia is like a must. Javanese is a great bonus, and then to know some Osing language or whatever is like icing on the cake, at least here. Anyway, yeah. Look at these flowers. Love this place, love this place. We're only here for another couple of weeks. What is it? It's the 5th today, 4th? And then on the 18th we go to Klaten, Ajeng's hometown, family, for Idul Fitri, the end of Ramadan. And then, yeah, and then we're not coming back here for a while. Ajeng will, she's following me to Australia a week after me or whatever, but I won't be back here for a while. So I'm just soaking it up and loving it. Oh, that didn't work out. I asked if I could go in, but they got something going on there that's not for the public. Fair enough, all good. Just thought I'd try my luck. Sometimes you get the bule luck where they go, oh yeah, come on in, you're a foreigner. Cool, but nah, it wasn't to be. Yeah, he said there's an achara, it was an event, so some sort of private event of sort. There's young people in there, like maybe high school or university age, call them kids, but young adults or whatever. But anyway, it's all good. I'm gonna head to the beach now, Pantai Boom, it's not so far away. So yeah, that was Taman Sritanjung, alun-alun center of Banyuwangi. I'm gonna head this way. Pagi Bu. Like anywhere in the world, if you're friendly to people, they're friendly to you. I mean, it's very rare that someone's not going to be friendly, especially here in Asia where it's the culture to be friendly. That said, depending on where you go, like if they're not used to the foreigners, it can be occasionally a bit sort of takes them aback. They might seem like a bit standoffish, but it's never deliberate and it's never to be rude. It's purely just that they get a fright sometimes, but depends where. Like we're in Banyuwangi, which is just across the channel from Bali, and of course Bali is swarming with foreigners, and you just don't even, you're just totally anonymous there as a foreigner, which is, you know, has its benefits, I guess. But here there's, you know, very few foreigners, and as a result people sometimes get a fright, but generally speaking it doesn't make them rude or even shy. They'll be quite friendly. I was going to walk down there, but I think I'll go that way on the way back. This way is just going directly to the beach. Pagi. Gotta love these old, you find they're sprinkled throughout Indonesia, because if you didn't know, Indonesia was a Dutch colony for 250 years or so, back until the late 40s, and so there's still evidence and build architecture and different things, even in the language, etc. But you know, everywhere you'll see either big grand ones, there's lots of beautiful old, you know, well-kept Dutch architecture here and there. But then the ones that actually intrigue me the most are the little wee random ones, and like this little one across the road, this aqua-coloured one. Yeah, it's they're everywhere, some places more than others, yeah. So I'm coming here, entering this Pantai Boom sort of coastal area. Normally when you come here on a motorcycle or a car, you got to pay to get in for parking and just entry, but I've never actually walked here, so I don't know if I have to pay. I'm about to find out. Yeah, this is normally where you have to pay to get in. I'll see what happens. I did have to pay to get in, and I only had 100,000 note rupiah, 100,000 rupiah note, and it was only 7,500 to get in for a pedestrian like me. So they had to go and change the money. I felt a bit guilty, because like they look at me like, oh, you're giving us 100,000 and it's only 7,500, so they had to give me like 92,000 change. 92,500, whatever. But anyway, they managed to find someone to change it and help me out. So it's all good. I'm here. You know, yeah, I'll go there. I'll go this way. Whoa, bloody hell. It's quite, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, boom, boom. So it looks like, to the English speaker, the English reader, the English speaking eye, it looks like Pantai Boom, like just the word boom, like as in boom. But it's actually boom, and I found out in my last time here that it's actually coming from Dutch, boom, B-O-M. They spell it slightly differently, but the Dutch named this place, this wharf, I think it was in the old days, harbour wharf, boom. And I don't know any more than that as far as what it means or anything, or maybe it's a place in Holland, I don't know. But it's now Pantai Boom in Indonesian as well. But yeah, it's quite funny to see something that's spelled B-O-O-M, like boom, man. Super quiet around here. I'm not surprised. It's kind of super quiet everywhere. But Pantai Boom is, yeah, like the tourist, kind of a tourist attraction. And people have to, you know, they have some big events here, big public events. Gandrung Sewu was one of the big annual events, a massive big, there's 1,000 dancers, and they do a traditional dances steeped in tradition and history. And that's down here at the main beach where I'm heading right now. And yeah, it's just a place where you can bring your family and kids, and there's some rides and lots of wildungs where you can eat traditional local food and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm also down here on a weekday, you know, so don't expect too much to be happening here anyway at this time. But I'm just going to go across the road. We're a couple of minutes away, if that, from the main beach and the literal eastern tip of Java. Java's, I don't know, for those who don't know much about Indonesia, again, Java's kind of, well, certainly the most populated island, and it's got the capital Jakarta at the other end, which is in West Java. Ajeng is from central Java, and Banyuwangi, where we are, is in the east. And while it's one island, and on a map it just looks like one island, and you may assume, you know, one sort of homogenous culture and people, that's not the case at all. There's heaps of different cultures, subcultures, languages, traditions, etc. Foods especially. And East Java and Banyuwangi in particular, you know, it has its own flavor, just like all of the other places. But yeah, the kind of interesting irony here is that we're a stone's throw, almost feels like a stone's throw from Bali. I'm about to show you Bali from the beach. The day is a bit misty, a bit cloudy, but you still see something. But it's a world away from Bali as far as culture goes and lifestyle, daily life, etc. Yeah. I'm not supposed to go there. This way. Permisi, monggo. Let's go down to the beach. It's like I say, it's a bit of a misty day, but you should be able to make out Bali there pretty easily. Here we go. And here we are. Tide's pretty high actually, the water's right up. It's Java, in that direction, and then Bali over there. The ferry goes from Ketapang, which is about 10-15 minutes north. You can probably see some boats over there in the distance. The Tapang ferry across the Gilimanuk is about, I don't know, it takes about half an hour. Depends on weather and stuff like that, but yeah, here we are. Literally the eastern tip of Java. And I'm here by myself. In an island with 150 million people. I happen to be here by myself. That's the buzzy thing about Java is while it's got, you know, Indonesia's about 280 million people. Java's like half of that. Like Java's the most populated single place in Indonesia. So you might expect, knowing that the place is like teeming with people everywhere, like you know, like you're in a sardine can sort of thing. But it's not the case. Like, I don't know, sometimes I even wonder to myself, where are these 150 million people? I mean, they are there, it's a fact, but just the way the island is, the culture, the layout of the villages and cities, and the nature as well, like broken up maybe with rice fields and forest. I don't know, unless you're in the middle of Surabaya or Jakarta or somewhere like massively populated, swarming with people and traffic. Everywhere else I've been, in Java particularly, doesn't feel that crazy. Like I've never been to Bangladesh or places like that, Karachi in Pakistan, and like, you know, like 50 million people or whatever in one sort of 10 square kilometer radius or something. I don't know, I've never been to those kind of places where where you must see and feel the population extremely, but it's not the case in Java, you know. Someone might argue differently about that. But anyway, here we are. It's nice and calm today, actually. It's not super hot, although, what is the time? It's 8:45 in the morning, so I deliberately came on this walk a little bit early, because it's probably going to get hot. But in saying that, it doesn't really get hot from the sunshine as much as the humidity. But if you get a bit of sunshine and extreme humidity at the same time, yeah, it can really take you back. And when you're fasting and you're not drinking or eating anything, yeah, you can just get caught out. But it's all good. People who haven't fasted, like as in, you know, real fasting, they get alarmed at the idea that you're not going to drink water for a whole day, or take it, or eat or drink anything. They sort of imagine it to be this very suffering kind of scenario, but it's just not the case. And for people unlike me, people who are lifelong Muslims who have been fasting this every year for their whole lives, it's just normal, you know. It's not, yeah. And Islam doesn't require that people with who are unhealthy, who are sick, or women menstruating, or people traveling, like there's no expectation that everybody has to fast no matter what. It's always, and kids kind of learn to fast as they get older. They do like half days and that, getting used to it. It's not the big deal that people imagine. Physically, I'm talking about. Sky's clearing up a bit there. On a clear day, you just see straight across to Bali, like it's right there. You know, like a strong swimmer could just swim over. Not that I'd recommend that. It's probably like the currents and all that could be quite treacherous, no doubt. But yeah, it's right there. So yeah, this is the main beachfront area. Here is right here is where they have the Gandrung Sewu ceremony dance event every year. And yeah, in the weekends and on a nice day in the weekend and the holidays, there'll be lots of people here, kids flying kites. Last time I was here, actually, Anto and Fabita we're here on holiday from New Zealand, visiting family, and we come down here and had something to eat and flew kite, and yeah, it's a cool place. It's one of those classic how far it is to to all these places. Have a look. for some reason they've got measurements in, this is out of it, centimeters, millimeters, meters. DAM, HM might be Indonesian. I don't know. But just in case you were wondering, Surabaya is 210 billion 600. Nah, I don't know. I don't even know how to read it. The numbers are too big. Australia is 1.415.000 meters. Oh gosh, my maths isn't so good at translating all of these to kilometers. This is like the restaurant's warung part. Normally there's heaps of people here eating, but again it's midweek, daytime, Ramadan, all of that. Have a look at the menu. Actually, most of the price, I'm actually quite surprised that 10,000, a lot of the dishes are 10,000, drinks 5,000. 10,000 rupiah is about $1. 5,000, yeah, 50 cents. Yeah, look at this. All of these. 10K, it's $1. It's $1 for a really good feed. Fresh, tasty, filling food. Not filling in the Western sense. Asian people don't eat big like we do. It's actually much healthier. They eat frequently though. They're always hungry, but they don't have massive feeds. Like they tend to eat small and more frequently. But if you have a normal sized meal here, as long as you haven't got a massive appetite, it's always enough. I always find it's enough. These are figures of the Gandrung Sewu dancers that for the big event, 1,000 dancers. It's massive on the beach there. These are local fishing boats. Some of the local ones, at least the ones that are moored up here. There's way more down in, I think it's called Kampung Manda. It's like the fishing village where there's heaps of good seafood. You can eat heaps of nice seafood, fresh seafood. But yeah, some here. And some little stalls, food stalls, ice blocks and ice creams, set up for kids in the weekends. But no one's here now, I think these boats are not just fishing boats actually. Maybe they double as sort of tourists. They can take people for rides in that. But yeah, not 100% sure to be honest. Selamat pagi. I don't know, this is random as one of those sort of sculpture type bridges, artistic bridge designs. Yeah, over there. Might have to walk around this way to actually see what it kind of looks like. It's one of those things where you got to be a bit far away to actually sort of see it. Yeah. So anyway, that's Pantai Boom. That was Taman Sritanjung in the middle of town there, and a little bit of the walk there or to here. Yeah, just wanting to show people a bit about Banyuwangi, and a place I really love. And while it's in, stone's throw from Bali, most people never heard of it or been here, or even just know much about it. It's funny, before I sign this vlog out, what Banyuwangi is famous for amongst Indonesians is actually black magic, and a belief here, like there's a strong belief around Java at least, that Banyuwangi is a black magic place. Anyway, that might be signing off just right here. Chur chur, Modi order.